Hello, princesses, and welcome back to Not Fit for Print Beauty with me, Rebecca. I rarely do a part 2 follow-up with different shades to videos. That's generally not my style, but this time I couldn't resist. And this is serving a little bit as a part 2. Doesn't matter if you haven't seen part 1, but I will link part 1 below. Part 2, we're going to look at a few more shades that I have just received of the Charlotte Tilbury Hypnotising Pop Shot shades. And something new for this video, we have the brand new Kissing Formula Charlotte Tilbury Rosy Seduction lipstick. We're going to talk about it. I will swatch all 7 of the Pop Shot shades. And again, you can watch the first part of this video that gives a little bit more on the first 5 shades. So when I first went shopping for these Pop Shots, I looked at them on Bloomingdale's and I ended up purchasing them on Saks Fifth Avenue. They had 5 shades. I went crazy and bought them all. Little did I realize there were going to be 2 more available, held back just for Charlotte Tilbury's own website. Makes sense. So in my first video, I showed you all 5 and talked about the 2 that I was missing. Well, I went ahead and picked up those 2. That makes a total of 7 between my 2 videos and that Charlotte has created. They are $34 each. And then I also went ahead and picked up her brand new Kissing Formula Rose Seduction lipstick, which is $37. If you are new to the world of Charlotte Tilbury, the Kissing Formula, K.I.S.S.I.N.G, is her creamier, more nurturing, moisturizing formula. Her Matte Revolution is a little bit flatter, but still comfortable. But she's been making more lately in the Kissing formula, and it comes in a lovely case with all sorts of, I don't know if the camera's picking that up, Swarovski crystal details. Very, very pretty. As we referred to in the last video, these adorable little hypnotizing pop shots are like a little piece of candy. They have these gorgeous little gold containers with multicolored gems and a tiny little mirror inside. So cute, along with the shade. So we're going to swatch them and try them on. So let's just first look at them in the pot. The first 5 are, of course, in the first part 1 video that I will link below, and you'll see them all swatched though. Here is Diamond Eyes. This is a shade only available on her site for $34. And here is Emerald Eyes. This is a mini multi-chrome, almost appearing on my viewfinder like blue. But in the pan, let me compare it to Cosmic Rocks, which almost kind of goes, so there's Cosmic Rocks, and now the Emerald Eyes is going a bit greener. It's kind of confusing because so many of these shades have the word diamond in the title. She likes the word diamond just like Pat McGrath has so many words that she likes, right? And uses over and over again, seduction and things like that, right? All right, so let's first take a look at all of these on my arm. We're going to do 2 different lightings. Let's start off in studio lighting. Let me tell you what you're looking at. The lipstick is swatched there as well, so don't get confused. We are going to go from left to right. On my arm, we have Emerald Eyes, followed by Diamond Eyes. Then we have the first 5 shades we covered in the last video: Cosmic Rocks, Smoky Quartz, Rose Gold, Lover's Diamond, and Sunlit Diamond. And all the way by my wrist is actually a swatch of the Rosy Seduction Kissing Formula lipstick. The other added benefit of doing this video is I am able to answer some questions that were asked along the way, and we will answer those questions in the demo. Questions about primer and fallout and thickness and comparisons to other products, etc., etc. So watch the demo for answers to a lot of the questions that you guys left on what's turned out to be part 1 of this video. But first, let's take these shades, all 7 of them, and the lipstick, out into the warm California sunshine. It's getting hotter again, darn it. Here we go, same order. Let me just review that for you. Emerald Eyes to the left, Diamond Eyes, Cosmic Rocks, Smoky Quartz, Rose Gold, Lover's Diamond, Sunlit Diamond at the end, and then all the way by the wrist is the Rosy Seduction Kissing Formula lipstick. We're going to go to the demo right now, but keep those questions coming in the comments. And again, I know a lot of you upset by the price, some of you accepting it, some waiting for sales. I am always here for your questions. Also, any sort of comparisons that you need. We have green in the latest Dior Khaki Neutrals palette. And as I say at the end of this video, but in case you're not here for it, I do have the brand new MAC holiday collection coming up, and I went ahead and got their bright green single shadow. So we'll compare that as well. But let's go, that's coming up in the next few days, but let's go right now to the demo. See right there. First thing I want to do is get a little color in my face. So let's try on this Rosy Seduction. This is the old put on a little lipstick and you'll look better, right? Our grandmothers, some of you, your great-grandmothers, that's what they did. They just added a little lipstick. And it does brighten your face, doesn't it? Let's see. All right, so there's that color. What do you think? It still goes orange on me. You know, I was joking with so many of you over comments saying that this rosy lipstick would go orange on me because all her pinks do. And I don't know if it looks that way on camera, but it's leaning a tad bit orange. It's very pretty. It definitely warms up. I don't know what it is about her pink lipsticks on me. Okay, let's go ahead and try on these two eyeshadows. I'm going to save the green as the main look, but let's just go ahead and go for the diamond. Let's go for the diamond eyes as the first look we do with no mascara or anything like that. I'm going to start with my finger. So many of you have been asking me about these and their texture and the fallout. You know, with the finger, there's going to be very, very little fallout, but there might be some. And I did bring a brush over just to show you there might be some. I mean, you know, the nature of the beast is that you're dealing with a glittery shadow. And I'm putting this into the inner corner of the eye as well. And let me just do a real big close-up for you so I can show you any sort of fallout. There's, you know, a little bit here. That could have also been me being clumsy and hitting it with my hand. All right, let's try it on the other eye. With the other shades, other than the Cosmic shade, I didn't do anything on both eyes because we had so many. A little bit more fallout here. I don't know if the camera will pick it up there, but for those of you that were asking about fallout on the other video, and many of you were also asking me if these compare to Charlotte's other shades in, you know, pop shades in her palettes. They're a little bit thicker. So I've gone ahead and taken this one in, again, as a one and done shade. This would be a very, very pretty, however, kind of a celestial pop shade. But it's a little bit thicker, so much so that you see it can really stand on its own. And I did a very dramatic look, a little bit more on this side than the other. But that gives you kind of two little looks at it. All right, let's come back and let's do the emerald as our main look for today's video. Stay right. Okay, another question I got after the, now we'll call it part one of this video, was are you wearing an eye primer and do these need an eye primer? It might look like I'm wearing an eye primer because when I switch shades, I have to make sure I add concealer. You never really get it all off unless I'm really throwing my hair back and washing my entire face, right? So when I just wash off this, I put a little concealer on just to make sure we have a clean palette, so to speak, and it is just a little bit of concealer, but in reality you can wear these with or without a primer. The other thing I have to say is, I mentioned this in the first shadow segment, I was joking with a lot of you in comments on the first that I was going to try this lipstick, and I know it's a rosy shade, but it'll turn orange on me as a joke. Darn it if it isn't going a bit orange. It is rosy, but my goodness, I was making a joke, but it actually is going a bit orange. Okay, Cosmic Rocks was the feature in the part one of this video, so it is only fitting that Emerald Eyes is the feature in this one, as those are the two kind of resplendently colorful shades and kind of multi-chromes. So this one I'm going to do actually with a brush, so let's just go ahead and brush it on, and again, fallout is about the same, very minimal, but there is a little. Again, find me a glitter shadow like this or a shimmer, a sparkle shadow like this that doesn't. I actually like this particular formula better with a brush. And generally, if it's a Victoria Beckham topper, the lid lusters, or even a Charlotte pop shade, a traditional pop shade, I prefer the fingers. But this one I actually prefer a brush. It's a little bit thicker. And I kind of like the way a brush applies it a little more. Once again, and I did say this in the first version of this video, you can go ahead and combine these to make other looks, and you can, of course, use these as a topper over another quad or palette or single shadow, matte shadow or something that you like. And on this look, I'm also going to take another brush and I'm going to go underneath the eye with it just a little bit. Does that create more fallout? don't really know. Okay, so there is a very simple look using the emerald eyes. The emerald eyes and the Cosmic Rocks seem to be, like I said, the really standout colorful shades. The shade I'm hearing you guys say that you want the absolute most is the Smoky Quartz, which you can see in the first video. I'll link below, but I did have it in these swatches. Smoky Quartz seems the most fun, but also everyday. I don't know if we could call Cosmic Rocks or this emerald look everyday. As far as the lipstick, on camera, it doesn't actually look like it's going too orange. In real life, it's really warming up on my face. Some of us have trouble with Charlotte Pinks. I really don't, but in the lipsticks, they like to go orange on me. So what do you guys think, and what did you order? Now that you've seen all 7 shades, and I'm sure you've seen them elsewhere too, what are your favorites? What are your thoughts? Lots of people said too expensive for what it is. If you can get 1 on sale, 2 on sale, or just pick up 1, I don't think you'd regret it. I think this is definitely luxury makeup at luxury prices, no doubt. But I always say I'm not your bank manager, nor callous to the fact that, you know, money means something to people. So I am not saying that, but I'm just saying if you are a makeup lover and you can afford the little bit of expense, these are very, very beautiful. Now, I do have a review coming out of the MAC. So I'm getting from MAC their, is it Bubbles and Bows? That's it, their holiday collection. And I got one of their single kind of sparkle shadows. That's a green. So we'll go ahead and compare that. Yesterday, of course, I did the Backstage, the Dior Backstage Khaki Neutrals palette. Nothing is quite like this, but they do have a lot of greens in there. Lots of greens to choose from. So let me know what you need compared over on Instagram, and I'll bring this one out, the green out, when I do the MAC. That review is coming up within the next few days or so. Whew. And yes, I do realize that I owe you guys a recap of what we should be buying and what we should be ignoring for the holidays. There's lots of good stuff and lots of kind of boring stuff too. What have you purchased? What are you thinking about purchasing? And what would you like to see in a recap video? Is there anything specific, a ranking or anything, you know, what would you like? Let me know, because I'm in the process of sorting through all that right now. Make sure that you let me know in comments. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I sure hope you did. And if you haven't already done so, make sure that you subscribe to my channel so that we can keep our growth going. Make sure that also you join and become a member if you'd like, of course, for added content and special lives and things like that. I hope to see all of you in the next video. Bye-bye.